What about when the children was born? Did you go down to the hospital and stay for 10 days, or
Oh, goodness,
what
no.
happened there?
We had a doctor and a nurse. And the nurse for 15 days kept us in bed. 10 was the quickest we could get out. They kept me once because I got a cold for 3 weeks. And I couldn't walk when I got up. I was so weak. We didn't think we could get it. Look how they do now. They come back the second day. And you can see them. They're going to have a baby 1 week at the school, church, and the next week they come, they're carrying it in their arms. So it's quite different.
Did Dad appreciate the help he had come in and help take care of us?
No. At one time, we had Mary Godridge, and she never cooked like I cooked for mine and all. And when she made bread, why, it had those floury lumps in it, you know. She didn't knead it up good and all. So he wouldn't buy any flour while she was there. She'd come and say, Mr. Chambers, we're out of flour. We need flour for bread. He said, well, I'll have some there in a day or two. But he never bought any, so she left. So she couldn't make any bread.
Did you enjoy when we had the thrashing?
Well, when we had thrashers, we had to put a big tub of hot water on, and towels, soap, and everything. And they come there and wash, and they'd eat their breakfast. And sometimes they break down. They stay for 2 or 3 days. They still come and eat that dinner. When they broke down, they still come for their dinner.
How many people was that?
A lot of times, 12 or 14, wasn't it?
I think you could take that many, maybe more.
We'd have to feed all that while. So that was sure a good thing when they stopped that.
Didn't you teach every one of your daughters certain things?
They just taught to sew and to cook and housekeep. And everyone could. But now I'm like you. I wonder if they teach them anything.
How was they? Pretty good cooks?
I think they were all good cooks. They had to learn. Sometimes it took some a little longer than others. Some liked it better. Some were better cooks. But they're that way today. Ruth graduated from college in home economics. Alice graduated. Well, she didn't. She had 2 years, and then she taught, and she went back and graduated. And they graduated the 12th high in her class. In her class, the one that she went out in, you know.
And what about your boys? What did they do?
They worked real hard. But anyway, Lennis didn't want to go to school. He said he hated it. It was so hot in there in the spring. But after he did, when it's too late, sometimes you don't know till after really how much of an education does mean to you. But they worked with their dad, and then they finally bought them one each. They each bought them a farm, and they could afford it, you know. Paid so much on it at the time. They finally got it paid for. And they're all very successful now. I think everyone is successful of the children. I've got some money I'm going to give each one, not give it to the government. They might have to give it back before I die because you don't know how long I'll live.
Do you know how many grandkids we got now in the family?
Well, we got 32. And I think I must have over about 100 great-grandchildren. We haven't counted them lately. I'll have to I know it's in the 60s or something now. They multiply really fast. I used to know all their names and their birthdays, and now I just guess at the month. Sometimes can't do that. Sometimes their folks don't know much about it now.
You want to tell them how you pulled the joke on that school teacher then? You and Alda?
Oh, haven't you heard that? Well, when we went to high school, that was in the old red brick building. At noon, just as he always used to come around and play the piano, Cragen he was, Jim Cragen. Always onward Christian soldiers, you know, that was his song. And he wore the same suit, the same pants for years. They just shined and shined. But we thought he wore them too long. So we got a little, there used to be a bottle of glue. We put it all over the seat of the piano, you know. And when he went down to start to play this way and all, he stuck to it. So then he had to get some new trousers. So we did things then just like I don't think as bad as they do now. They do different things.